You can rest your hands in your lap. Let your eyes close. As you close your eyes and let your attention come in and down, let's come in and down through the chakras. So the eyes can turn inward. Let your throat relax. Soften the muscles of your neck. Invite your heart to be at ease. Welcome the solar plexus to soften, to become more pliable. The breath more easily breathing you. And to the extent that you can, release any unnecessary tension in the belly, low belly. And then travel down also to the first chakra to find a sense of grounding or stability in the present moment. And even if your morning was difficult, even if the last day or several days have been difficult, what we can say to ourselves also is that we are resourced enough, we are functioning well enough, we are doing logistics well enough to be here today. So we've made it to this moment and to this practice, a place where we renew ourselves and also take refuge in the teachings of yoga. And these teachings aren't just a path of like personal beautification, it's a path of becoming more personally responsible, a path of awakening to our inner duty for ourselves and also for our society. It is a path of inner psychological exploration. It's a path of self-care. It's also a path of renewing ourselves enough to care more beautifully and skillfully for others. So right now we are stable enough to be here. We've arrived here. And with this in your awareness, please bring your hands together at your heart. When we say Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha, we are saying to all levels of creation, the earth, the sun, and the heavens. We're saying how beautiful, how amazing, what a precious opportunity that we have the chance to be here at all in this cosmos. You may sing with me. Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha. Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Shanti Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. And with your exhale, you may bow your head to your heart. And release your hands. Please open your eyes. And as you are sitting up straight, you can come to my primary computer camera, Susie. As you're sitting up straight, please put your hands out over your knees. We're going to begin with a simple twisting practice to get the breath established. So when you inhale, raise your left arm up alongside your left ear. When you exhale, twist to your right. Bring your left hand to your right knee. Now as you inhale, rotate to center, raise your right arm up alongside your right ear. When you exhale, twist to your left. So inhale to center, raise your left arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, twist right, bring your left hand to your right knee. Inhale to center, raise your right arm up. Exhale, rotate to your left. Inhale, center, raise your left arm. This time, side bend to your right. Inhale to center, raise both arms. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, raise both arms, come to center. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale up to center. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, rise to center. Now exhale, open your chest, heart, and throat. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale to open. Once more, inhale to rise. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let yourself get very still and just notice any benefit from that simple practice already. Maybe feel a bit more present, or the body and the mind feel more interconnected, more integrated. Now we're going to do a more rapid exhale process. We're going to place the hands on the shoulders. The exhale is going to be side to side to side. And when you're exhaling, it's brisk, and the inhale is just whatever comes in. So we go together. Let's begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to center. Inhale from the base of the pelvis up to the heart. And hold the breath at the top. Exhale through a tiny straw. So it's a very long exhale, and then you pause. And we're going to repeat that. Place your hands on your shoulders. Begin with just a little sip of an inhale, and then these rapid exhales. One, two, three, four, five. Come to center. Now inhale from the bottom up to the heart slowly and completely, and hold the breath at the top. Exhale through the tiny opening of the straw. At the end of that long exhale, you radically relax the belly and let the next breath just blossom into your body. And now sitting upright, once more inhale, raise your left arm. The breath might be longer, slower, or smoother. Little back bend right there at the upper back. Exhale, twist to your right. Exhale, completely tone the low belly as you're twisting. Inhale, rotate to center, raise your right arm. Little back bend in the upper back right there, good. Exhale, twist left, pacing that with your own breath cycle. Tone the low belly towards the end of your exhale. Inhale to center, raise your left arm, little back bend happening there. Good. Exhale, twist right. Inhale to center, raise your right arm. It's like a little cross crawl pattern. Open the upper back. Exhale, twist left, you're doing great, thank you. Inhale to center, raise your left arm. We're going to side bend to the right. Use the full exhale for your side bend, tone the low belly. Inhale, rise up, raise both arms. Exhale, side bend left. Use the full exhale. Inhale, rise up both arms. You can imagine you're like seaweed attached to the ocean floor, but then there comes an ocean current and you exhale to your right. Good. Last one, inhale up to center. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, rise up. We're going to open the chest, heart, and throat with the exhale. Once more, inhale to go up. The inhale was quite long. Good job. Exhale to open. Last one, inhale to rise. And exhale to the heart. Let your mind become very still for these moments. Release the habit of mental chatter. And place yourself in the river of the teachings of yoga. Okay, beautiful job with that. Let's please come up to standing. Thank you, Susie, for shifting cameras. Okay, great. Now place your feet when you're standing so that they're as wide as your yoga mat, the width of the mat. Reach back and interlace your fingers, please. Roll your shoulders back. Root the tailbone down. And while we're upright, I'm going to ask you to inhale and make a little standing back bend. You can include opening the throat so long as your neck is comfortable with it. Then exhale and tip over the tops of your thighs. Come down with your hands clasped. This is your first Uttanasana in the sequence. Now inhale, slowly rise up to standing. Root the tailbone, exhale, little standing back bend. Inhale, come upright. And exhale, pour yourself forward over your thighs. And then inhale, rise up to standing, like you're filling up a windsock, right? Fill up from the bottom to the top. And then exhale for a little standing back bend. Last time, inhale, upright. And exhale to bow forward. Please bend both knees and sit down into your hips and heels. We did this yesterday in the 7 a.m. class. So if you sit down like there's a piano bench behind you that you're sitting on, the torso is almost level to the floor. Inhale, bring your heart forward and the crown of your skull forward. And then exhale, look to your right, look deeply to your right without taking your left shoulder with you. Inhale, bring your head to center, lengthen your spine forward. And exhale, turn your head deeply to your left without taking your right shoulder. And then cascade the torso back down, Uttanasana. And release the clasp of both hands, let them come down to the floor. And place your hands on your hips, please rise up to standing. Okay, so we're going to use that hand clasp position at the small of the back in the sun salutation today. Let's bring the two blocks forward for focus in Uttanasana. And join your hands at your heart. So when we say, Om Bhur Svaha, we're saying we acknowledge the earth element, the Surya, the sun, and also the heavens. And so the earth element at this time, this is your physical body, comprised of the elements of which our planet is comprised. The sun is like the brightness, of course, from the sky, but also the brightness of your dedication. And the heavens, that is the cosmos and the experience of awakening or being more lucid, having the sattvic quality. So with this as our intention, inhale, take the hands down, energize your leg muscles, sweep the arms wide, and lift up, honor the earth, the sun, and the heavens. Exhale, bow forward, come down to Uttanasana. So earth for us is like the physical body, but also the stability. Inhale, glide your heart forward. Exhale, step your left toes back. Keeping your torso forward, reach back and clasp your hands. Inhale, rise up to a back bend version of crescent lunge with your fingers interlaced. And exhale, keep the legs strong. Bow your torso forward. If possible, the arms still clasped may rise up above your shoulders. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. So the earth element here is really in the legs for that sense of stability. Exhale, bow forward. And the Surya is the brightness of your efforts, your mental focus, your mental sharpness. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. And once more, exhale, bow forward over your right leg. As you come down, then release your hands to the blocks. Inhale, step forward, 2 feet planted on the earth. Exhale for a deep bow towards your legs. And sense the density, the physicality of the human body, yours. And then inhale, bring your heart forward. And you can imagine you're aiming for the sun, for the light of wisdom or awareness. Exhale, bow towards your legs. Once more, inhale, glide forward. Raise your heart and the crown of your skull. Then exhale, step your right toes back. And keeping your foundation stable, change the clasp of your hand so it feels like the other person's hand you're holding on to. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, glide forward. Keeping the legs really stable, right? So your movement here in the torso, in your heart, your mental focus is not scattered by this movement because the legs are very stable. Exhale, glide forward. We're going to do it once more after this one. When you inhale to roll up, sense this as your dedication, your longing for greater wisdom or clarity. And then exhale, bow forward. So the sun represents like the light of knowledge, wisdom, lucidity. Release your hands to your 2 blocks. And this time let's step backwards, downward facing dog pose. Then inhale, glide forward to plank pose. If your hands are still on the 2 blocks, go for it. Your plank pose can be high and tall. And then exhale, lightly touch the knees down. Put the 2 blocks aside for everyone. And inhale to cow pose. Exhale to cat pose. Reach inwards towards your own sense of stability, the earth element. Inhale to cow pose. Reach your heart forward, that kind of yearning for wisdom. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. And now we're going to exhale, come down through knees, chest, and chin pose onto your stomach. Reach back and interlace your fingers. Plan to make this a focused effort here. We're going to inhale to go up and turn the head to the right. Exhale, roll down, but keep the integrity of the pose and your body. Inhale, roll up, head to the left. Exhale, roll down, bring your head to center. Inhale, rise up, turn your head to the right. Exhale, roll down. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Once more to each side. Last one to your left. Place your hands beneath your shoulders and come into knees, chest, and chin pose. And then inhale up to cow pose. Exhale to cat pose. Inhale to cow pose. Curl your toes under and exhale to downward facing dog pose. And then take 5 steady breaths in downward dog pose. So you really have the luxury right now of simply breathing, simply noticing. Means again that you are stable enough as a person in your life today to be able to come to class, to focus your mind, to engage your body, to reawaken your awareness and your wisdom. At the end of your 5th exhale, step your more awkward foot forward first, please, whichever one that happens to be. And then step the 2nd foot forward. And enjoy a long exhale to bow towards your legs. Interlace your fingers, please. And with the in-breath, raise your heart slowly, again, like filling up a wind sock from the bottom to the top. Rise up, there's your inhale, good. And exhale. And then inhale, come upright. Join your hands at your heart. Om Bhuva Svaha Tat Savitoy Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Keeping your right foot planted, step your left foot back to the distance you can think of as a pose called Parsvottanasana. So the distance for me from the side is this. This is not the same as a warrior one stance. You see the 2 feet are a little bit closer than that would be. It's not the same as triangle pose, not the same as warrior two. And while you're standing, root your tailbone down, lift the front hip bones up right here. So the pubic bone also comes out. And reach back to interlace your fingers. Now find your sense of center inside your pelvis and down into your legs and feet. And then begin to back bend slowly by going up through the heart and back with your shoulders. And so long as your heart, collarbones, neck, and throat support it, you can also raise your gaze. So we're going to inhale to glide up. Tone your left low belly, please, and left low hip to stabilize. Exhale to come forward and down. Tone your right outer hip, right outer thigh, right foot. Gaze back towards your left foot. Inhale, start rolling up. Tone the right butt. Now tone your left butt. Use the left hip and the left low belly when you go up to your back bend. Exhale. Inhale, upright. Exhale, bow forward. Notice how the hips transition in responsibilities here. Tone the right outer hip, right outer butt a little bit more. Inhale, glide forward. Press into your right foot. Press into your left hip, left heel. Raise up through your heart. Exhale to back bend. Inhale just up to center. Release both arms. Make your feet parallel. Notice the two legs have a really different experience. Turn to the other side. So this is like we're orbiting around the center of gravity. The center of gravity for us in this pose is in the pelvis. You root down through your right hip, tailbone, right heel. Reach back to clasp your hands. Maybe you'll change the interlace. And staying strong in your right hip and right low belly, rise up. Here's the exhale for the back bend. Then we inhale, glide up. So the right leg should feel very strong right now. And as you start coming forward, more engagement to your left outer hip, left outer thigh, left heel, left big toe. Complete your exhale. Inhale, glide forward, raise up. And on the exhale, tone the right butt, right heel, right low belly, and back bend. Inhale up. And exhale forward. Long, slow exhale. Check your left outer hip, outer heel, left big toe. Inhale, glide forward, root into both legs. And exhale, last time for your back bend, go upwards and backwards. And then inhale up and rotate. Step your 2 feet together, mountain pose. Let the arms dangle. So what you might sense is the Surya, the heat in the body also. Let that be there. Your body will know how to settle that out. And then take a folded blanket, please, to sit on. We're going to explore when a twist has a back bend. So my little blanket here, I'm going to fold it. And then I like to put mine in thirds. So I go 1, 2, 3 like this. And I'm going to ask you to imagine the blanket like a typewriter bar for a moment and move it so it's to the right. It's only under your right hip. So you're sitting in what we call Z formation with the right foot inside and the left leg back like this. Right, perfect. Good. Yeah. Place your hands out over your knees. And see if you can let the hips come to level by putting your attention into your left hip. Can the left femur drop down? If the answer to that question is no, you might have to put another support under your right hip so that your pelvis is relatively level to start here. Now, if you're sitting up on a blanket and you don't have long arms, which is my experience, you could take a block for your right hand. Let's inhale, raise the left arm up. And then exhale, twist to your right. So cross your right hand to your left thigh. Place your right hand behind you on the floor or on the block. And let's make a little back bend inside the heart, inside from underneath your sternum and your collarbones. Get a sense that your back bend kind of continues the twist and the heart gets to have that longing or something like that exaltation for deeper knowledge or for the divine, whatever it is you sense you're longing for there. As you're imagining this back bend in the upper back and heart, you can press down into your right fingers to help that process to happen. But you can also lift the heart from the inside. And just on the inside, see if there's any room for growth or elongation of the spine. You may raise your chin so the throat is slightly open, for some more moderately open. And then bring your head back to level your shoulders and your collarbones, and bring yourself around. Hopefully the pelvis feels pretty level right now and symmetrical. The legs don't, but hopefully the pelvis can. So in the process of that kind of back bending, what we're looking for there is like, how does the upper back participate in the back bend and in the twist? Like the upper part of the barber pole, right? So now if you take the right arm, take it around behind you, turn your palm to face backwards, so the heel of the hand goes that way. Wrap your right arm around to hold your left elbow or your left forearm. We can't all reach, I know, because not all arms are the same length and not all shoulders are the same flexibility. But if you can reach like that, you can hold. Otherwise, you could also use a yoga strap. And you might be holding your elbow, your forearm, maybe something else. And now the right forearm is crossing your back. Place your left hand somewhere near the left inner thigh. Lift your chest and heart and begin to twist to your right. Not adding a back bend yet, just twisting to the right. Keep the left hip grounded. And then raise up through the spine. So upright does not mean yet backwards. And if you want to help your twist, you can walk the left foot down the inner thigh while you still have your hand clasped into the crease of your elbow, or you're holding a strap or your clothing. Now we'd like you to breathe into the back of the kidneys here, and your right forearm is crossing that region of the body. And twist may get a little bit deeper, but no sense of pressure. And then exhale, rotate to center. Now we're going to put those two twists together and add a back bend to it. But first, unwind and notice now what is happening. That twist was asking a little bit more from the lower third and mid third of your torso and your spine. Now take your block with your right hand. Place it behind you so it's really stable. Check for the stability of the block. So I'll turn sideways so you can see. Okay, so the block, you're going to check for the stability of the block right there, that you can press into it. Roll your right shoulder back. The left hand can come to your left knee. Okay, root down through the tailbone. And keep the kidneys broad as you next inhale, raise up through your hips and then through your heart. Left arm alongside your left ear. And as you're raising up into this back bend, energize the shins of both legs. Right? Press your hips forward and let's make a little twist of the upper body to the right. You can gaze back down past your right shoulder. Open the left thigh, left hip flexors, squeeze your left butt muscles. Use your shoulder blades. Roll the right shoulder back. It's a support to your entire upper torso. So the right shoulder should not think it's supposed to be supporting your chin or your cheek. Don't let it sneak up there. Now, as you exhale, glide your left arm across your face. Lower your left hip down, right hip down, excuse me, and come around once more to face forward and level your hips. I sometimes call that pose the ice skater twist because I imagine that ice skaters, well, I should be specific, come around to the other side. The female ice skater in the last move on the ice in her routine, somehow after the centrifugal force of the partner spinning her, she was gliding across the ice in that position. That got stuck in my mind somewhere. Okay, so set up your Z formation like this. You moved your blanket like a typewriter bar, so it's under your left hip, not under both hips. Try to level your hips, please. Take your block with you for your left hand and come across to start the twist. Start with the spine upright in this twist. And take your attention inside. Try to level both hips. We're not adding the back bend just yet, but I'm going to ask you to start sensing the back bend. So like where you have your right hand can offer some security. How you press down through your left arm offers some security. And then lift your heart and begin at the upper part of your twist, a back bend in the upper thoracic spine. You may also lift your chin. Please keep the right hip grounded. Just think of this tiniest, most like subtle back bend happening. That the heart rises at the chest. Widen your collarbones. Roll the left shoulder back so it's not sneaking forward towards the left collarbone. And then as you exhale, let this one unwind and bring your block around with you. Let everything be stable for a moment. So that twist was emphasizing the upper third. So we have earth, sun, and heavens. We're up in the heavens there. Now wrap your left arm around and hold your right elbow, your right wrist, your right clothing, whatever is available to hold. And the right hand can come inside. So let's have the left arm remind us that we're not trying to push the lumbar spine forward. We're actually going to broaden the kidneys back as we twist. And you can hold your right inner thigh. You can hold your left big toe. You can hold where it's comfortable. When you add your twist, really think about the back hemisphere of the body so the right kidney does not get compromised here in your twist. Listen inside for the breath, all 5 elements that make up the body of you. In this chant, that physical body is the earth. The Surya, the light of the sun, which is the light of wisdom, consciousness, love. That's expressed in our desire to know, to seek, in the yearning. And we're going to exhale to unwind. And this back bend takes us up to the heavens, skyward bound, beyond the beyond. So we take the block, put it behind, make it stable like I showed on the first side. Make sure it is stable because you're going to be bearing your body weight on that. Take the right hand forward. Okay. Press into both shins. Raise up through your hips so that you're opening right here at the front of your right hip. Roll the left shoulder back. As you arc up with your right arm, gaze down past your left shoulder towards the floor. Lift the collarbones and imagine from the inside the chest and the heart going up. The exaltation or the reach, the longing for the divine. And keep the left shoulder strong so it's not scrunching up towards your left earlobe or the left side of your face. And then exhale and glide your right arm across your face there. Start lowering your hips down. Keep the left shoulder strong again. So when you come down, you can rotate to center. Hopefully the hips are relatively level. Legs are not symmetrical, but can the hips be level? And then put the two blocks aside. And we're going to take a yoga pose that helps to elicit the state of inwardness that is Shavasana. So I'm going to ask you to use this blanket that you rolled. I folded mine 3 times. You might want the same. It's a little bit more dense, and it's going to go under the back of the pelvis and then under the thighs for Shavasana. So when you first lie down so that you do not have your hips on the blanket. Then pick up the hips and put the blanket underneath like that. And bring your knees to your chest so that the knees fall towards the chest and the heart. Because of this little lift, the blanket, the knees have the support of gravity to fall in right here. You can add your hands behind your thighs. Lengthen the back of your neck. Let your breath start to slow down. This pose creates flexion for the spine. The whole spine, even the neck has a little bit of flexion right now. We're gazing down, not up. Now just once we're going to do this where on the exhale, you're going to curl up so your head goes towards your knees come towards your head. We're going to hold that exhale out very briefly. And then we're going to inhale to come back down to this position on our way to Shavasana. So please inhale. And then exhale, curl up. Bring your chin in towards your throat. Hold the exhale out. Inhale to roll down, one vertebrae at a time. And then exhale like a sigh for the body. Drop your shoulders and your hands. Move the blanket so that it's just under the upper part of your thighs. When you come down to Shavasana, the tailbone and the sitting bones are at the front edge of the blanket right here. And let the sigh of that last exhale there continue. This inner feeling of sighing it out. Excuse me. Now inside the body, I'm going to ask you to imagine all 3 of these realms. There is the realm of the earth, that is your physical body, and the life of your human duties, your householder duties. May you be the best version of yourself in these duties. And then Surya, the sun, that wisdom for which you are longing to be connected. You could say consciousness or grace or the light of awareness. And then the realm of the heavens, that is all that is, what we might call the beyond the beyond. And let your physical body get more and more heavy with relaxation. The physical body more and more at ease. Trust in the medicine of your practice to take care of you. Welcome yourself to be deeply at ease. The physical body surrendering to the earth, the gravitational pull of the earth. Just let the body be a few degrees more deeply relaxed. And imagine, while you continue resting, imagine yourself in the life you have on the earth. This means your householder life, the life of your duties. Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha. Imagine how you move through the duties and how your yoga will infuse that. And then connect to the heart, like the element of longing or yearning, the Surya that wants that wisdom, wants that reunion with divine, with the light of consciousness. And you can just reflect on how you allow that into your life, or if you save it as a garnish on the side of the plate. And then awareness of yourself in the cosmos, right, in this massive cosmos. And you can gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you awaken yourself from resting back to sitting, please take your time. And come up, and what you like to do with your seat is fine, whatever seat you use for meditation. And rest your hands in your lap as you like. Om Bhuva Svaha Tat Savitor Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimohi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. May we be responsible in our householder duties. May we not put the longing for awareness at the garnish on the plate. May it be more central, so we see clearly each and every other being. May we have a sense of connection to the divine, the heavens. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.